Tucker Carlson, we've seen him with Trump many events, UFC this past weekend. The interview that Tucker did with Trump, I think they counter-programmed the first Republican debate. And I was one of those people that skipped the first hour of the Republican debate, watched the entire thing with Twitter live, and then I switched over at like the 44-minute mark when that ended and watched the rest of the Republican debate. Could you see a Tucker-Trump ticket?
T2, baby, where do I sign up? I mean, Tucker Carlson's been a friend of mine for 30 years. His private life is pristine. He's a family man. He's the only person I know who can speak for an hour extemporaneously and not lose your attention. He's brilliant. He's combative. He has the total trust of the base. The question you have to ask yourself is, why would he want to do it? I mean, he has huge influence on the American people using the new media. He certainly would be a happy warrior. He's one of the most decent people I've ever met. He was a big supporter and critic of the illicit attempt to destroy my life by the deep state. I'm very indebted to him. He's a very good man. Trump says he hasn't ruled it out. In all honesty, I haven't asked Tucker about his availability. I'm skeptical, but in politics, anything is possible.
The three of us were, minus you, were at the Turning Point USA event that they did in West Palm. If you remember, Tucker spoke at that.
I think Roger was there.
Yep. And so did Trump. And one of the loudest pops that I heard that day was when they announced Tucker and he came out. The loudest pop from the audience, of course, was Trump. But, I mean, they mentioned DeSantis' name, the entire stadium pooed.
Nobody gave a damn. And then, Roger, and if you think about it, Roger, this past Saturday, UFC 295, Trump, the day that he mentions in the interview, he's like, I could potentially have a Tucker as vice president. They walk out with each other at UFC in New York, mind you, Roger, the leftist state, and everybody went absolutely nuts.
Dana White, Kid Rock.
Dana White, Kid Rock.
What a ticket.
What a ticket.
The optics were unbelievable. Secretary of the Treasury, Dana White, you mean?
I think Bill Burr's wife was so happy she gave them 2 thumbs up, right?
Yeah, she gave him the sideways.
The one finger salute.
Two of them, though.
Yeah.
But didn't Tucker at
I asked Trump about that. You know what he said?
What did he say?
I didn't see
Who?
Who's Bill Burr?
That's why I love
it. Didn't Tucker at one point say that there's no chance he'd want to do it? And now maybe having seen once upon a time when Trump was on with...
I have not seen that. I've not seen him issue a Sherman-esque statement. I find it hard to believe just knowing him, but he is a patriot. I think in the end, it would weigh very heavily on him what was best for the country.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with that too. It's like at one point, because he's speaking like a patriot. I think he is. At what point, if we need the saving, what better person than somebody that the people love and that the people will listen to? Because, like you said, like when's the last time my friend Brady talked about this? Where's Kamala Harris been? I haven't seen her. I haven't heard from her. Just the occasional cackle. And we had Judge Joe Brown yesterday. He was talking about her history and how her race might be. She might not even be black. She might be Hindu. And it's like Kamala is just absolutely the most useless vice president. I think at least Mike Pence had the fly on his head. That thing was doing its thing.
He had good hair, too.
He had good hair.
I think Kamala Harris is arguably more Canadian than how do I say this? She's more Canadian than American in my view. She grew up like in
she went to high school there.
She went to high school up the street from where I used to live, Westbound High School.
Really?
Yeah.
Spent the better part of her teen years
and her
there.
heritage is Jamaican American.
Apparently her father, but I think
and her mother's Hindu.
There's more Hindu involved.